The first time Alex Benton saw her, he thought he was hallucinating. His shuttle had broken down near the mining station on Europa 9, and he was stranded in the docking bay while repairs dragged on. Among the rows of tired workers and cargo bots, a creature padded out of the shadows. She looked like a dog at first glance, but not quite. Her fur shimmered with streaks of silver as if woven from light. Her eyes glowed with intelligence, not just instinct. And when she opened her mouth, words, not barks, came out. "You dropped this," she said, nudging a spanner across the deck toward him. Alex blinked hard. "You talk." Her tail swished. "Of course I talk. What do you humans think we do all day, just wag and bark? My name is Nira, and I could use your help." That was the beginning. An unexpected bond. Nira was not just an ordinary alien. She belonged to the Canine, an interstellar species that humans had only recently encountered in trade negotiations. The Canine resembled large wolves, but their minds were sharp, their culture deep, and their ability to communicate flawless. They were explorers just as much as humans were, though their ships traveled differently, through something they called the star trails, invisible roads of energy that bent across galaxies. Alex was an engineer, a man who liked machines more than people. Yet he found himself drawn into conversations with Nira. She had a dry sense of humor and an odd curiosity about human habits. She'd sit on a crate in the bay and ask questions like, "Why do humans put cheese on everything?" Or, "Why do you laugh when you're nervous?" He laughed more than he had in years. During the weeks of waiting for his shuttle to be fixed, they grew close. Nira showed him how Canine mapped the star trails, sketching glowing lines across the air with a device she carried in a harness. He taught her about human engines, drawing diagrams in grease on the floor. But what surprised him most was her loyalty. Once, when a group of miners mocked him for talking to the mutt, Nira bared her teeth in a warning growl that sent them scattering. Afterward, she nudged his hand gently. "You're my pack now, Alex. Don't let anyone say otherwise." Something stirred in him at those words. A warmth he hadn't felt in years since leaving Earth behind. And then, one night, under the cold glow of Europa's ice, their friendship shifted into something more. Alex didn't expect it. He didn't even know how it was possible. But the Canine had their ways of bonding, their own rituals. Nira touched her head to his, her eyes glowing with starlight, and whispered, "Do you trust me?" He whispered back, "Yes." That was all it took. The shocking news. Weeks later, when the shuttle was finally repaired, Alex prepared to leave. But before he could, Nira appeared at his quarters with her fur bristling and eyes wide. "You should prepare, human," she barked out. "We're having puppies." Alex nearly dropped his datapad. "Excuse me, what?" She paced the room, tail swishing with agitation. "Do not act so surprised. The bond we shared beneath the moons, it was not casual. It was a joining. And now, life stirs within me. Half Canine, half human." Alex stared, his mind spinning. That's not possible. "Tell that to the beating hearts inside me," Nira shot back. Alex collapsed into a chair, head in his hands. He had been prepared for engines breaking down, for miners causing trouble, even for alien politics. But fatherhood? With an alien wolf woman? That was beyond imagination. Yet when he looked at Nira, her eyes softened. She was nervous too. Beneath her sharp tone lay uncertainty. "I do not know what they will be," she admitted. "I only know they are ours. And we must protect them." From that moment, everything changed. They left Europa 9 together. Alex used the excuse of testing his shuttle to cover their departure, but really, he just needed space to think. Nira curled up on the co-pilot's chair, already dozing more often, her body working to nurture the new life inside. During the journey, they talked endlessly. "Will they have fur or skin?" Alex asked one night. "Both, perhaps," Nira said. "Canine children take traits from their parents. They might have your hands and my tail, or your stubbornness and my teeth." "That's terrifying." She grinned a toothy grin. "You'll love them anyway." But not everyone would. News of a hybrid like theirs could spark political chaos. Humans and Canine were still learning to trust each other. Some would see their children as abominations, others as weapons. And that fear came true sooner than expected. Conflict. The hunters. 1 month into their journey, a ship began trailing them. At first Alex thought it was coincidence, but soon it became clear. The vessel bore no official insignia. A mercenary crew, hired by someone who wanted Nira or her unborn puppies. The hunters struck while Alex's shuttle drifted near a gas giant. Their ship latched on with magnetic clamps and boarded. Alex fought back with a wrench, swinging wildly at armored intruders. Nira leapt into the fray, teeth flashing, claws ripping. But she was slower now, her body heavy with the life she carried. Alex shielded her with all his strength, taking blows that left his ribs aching. At last, he triggered the emergency venting system. A blast of air whooshed down the corridor, sucking the mercenaries back toward their own ship. The magnetic clamps disengaged, and the shuttle broke free. They escaped barely. Alex collapsed at the controls, blood running down his arm. Nira pressed against him, her nose nudging his cheek. "You fight well, human. Our puppies will need that." Despite the pain, Alex laughed hoarsely. "You're serious about this parenting thing, huh?" "Very serious. You are packed now. Forever." Climax. The birth. Weeks later, deep in uncharted space, the moment came. Nira lay curled in the nest Alex had built from blankets and thermal sheets. Her body shuddered with effort, her eyes glowing fiercely. Alex knelt beside her, holding her paw, her hand, whatever it was. "I'm here," he whispered again and again. Hours passed in agonizing tension until finally, the sound filled the shuttle. Tiny cries. The wriggling forms of 3 small beings, their fur patchy, but their eyes bright. Alex stared in awe. They were unlike anything he had ever seen, half human, half Canine. One had a tail and little rounded ears. Another had human-like hands, but fur along the arms. The smallest looked almost fully Canine except for its soft brown eyes, so human it made Alex's chest ache. Nira licked each one gently, her tail wagging with pride. Then she looked up at Alex. "Meet your children." He laughed through tears. "Our children." The puppies, no, their children squeaked and wriggled between them. Alex reached out with trembling hands, holding one against his chest. It was warm, alive, fragile. And his heart swelled with a love so fierce it nearly broke him. Ending, a new future. They couldn't return to human space. Not yet. Too dangerous. Instead, Alex charted a course toward the distant colonies where rumors spoke of freedom, of places where hybrids and wanderers could make homes without judgment. As the shuttle drifted along the star trails, Alex sat with Nira by his side, their children nestled between them. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in years, he felt hope. He wasn't just an engineer anymore. He wasn't just a man running from loneliness. He was part of a family. Nira rested her head against his shoulder and whispered, "Prepare yourself.